What up, fight fans? It's your main man, made man, back at it again, and y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing, and I know what y'all thinking. Made man, what the fuck is up with the thumbnail, man? You don't do the thumbnail shit. I don't. I am having some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, with my camera system. I will be back up next video, though, full-fledged and in front of the camera for you guys. So just hold on for me for right now, and I'll get on that as soon as possible. But I had to jump on here and make a quick video. I had to talk about this the thing coming out about the drug testing involving the Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao fight. Now, let me tell you, man, this shit here is rearing its ugly head once again. We've been down this road several times with these particular fighters right here between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Hell, this mega fight has been knocked off track several times because of this particular issue in particular. Now, we know news has came out this week about Manny Pacquiao advisor Michael Kantz coming out and saying that they're, basically exploring their options when it's pertaining to the drug testing, and they want a $5 million penalty for any fighter that pops up dirty, you know what I mean? And of course, Floyd Mayweather camp, Leonard Ellaby is on the other side, like, hell no, look at what you signed, it wasn't in the main contract, we ain't going for it, bottom line. Leonard Ellaby, according to Leonard Ellaby in the interview he had with Stephen A. Smith, and I quote, any failed drug test automatically calls for the fight to be called off. Now, that is a much more serious penalty than that $5 million penalty that they're talking about. I took this two ways. It was kind of hard. It almost, at first, when I first saw it and I heard it, I thought could be a possible cover for Manny Pacquiao. I mean, $5 million penalty for a positive test is like a slap on the fucking wrist, especially to the two fighters in which Manny Pacquiao is looking to make, 120 or better. Floyd Mayweather's looking to make 180 or better, so $5 lousy million ain't shit, you know what I mean? So it could just be a cover just in case any one of them pops up dirty, because I would think that if the fight is called off, that is a much more tougher penalty. Now, on Floyd Mayweather's side of the fence, this could be, to all the people who are serious Manny Pacquiao fans, I know you see it this way, but this could be a way out of this fight for Floyd Mayweather. If Pacquiao pops up dirty, Floyd can always sit back and say, well, I tried. He's a dirty fighter, Boom, boom, boom. I tried to make the fight, So it could be seen as a couple ways, but I don't know. But we'll dig a little deeper into this. Now, we know that news has came out that USADA, the United States Anti-Doping Agency, will be the agency responsible for doing the drug testing in this fight. There's been a lot of critics of USADA for all of the things that they've done in the past. They've had dirty fighters, alleged dirty fighters under their banner, and they've done some shady things, swept some things under the rug. There's even been allegations on Floyd Mayweather that he's had samples thrown out or thrown away that were possibly positive, but however they for some reason were insufficient readings. You know what I mean? Now, USADA has once again, I've reported in videos in the past, is that USADA has major connections with Al Heyman as well as Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? So Manny Pacquiao and his team was looking at this very, very suspicious. Now, I don't know why there's so much suspicion on the Pacquiao side of the fence, because Pacquiao has used USADA himself many, many times in the past, and he's also been a fighter who's been very reluctant to use the other major testing agency, which is VADA, the Voluntarily Anti-Doping Agency. You know what I mean? So their test is supposed to be more modern and more stringent than, say, USADA's test. So that's why a lot of people are alleging that Floyd Mayweather that has once no part of VADA. But Manny Pacquiao has not used VADA he has used them in the past. But however, for the last few fights in the last few years, he's been very reluctant to use VADA as well. So, I wouldn't go there. Now, for everyone who wonders what is the difference between VADA and USADA, of course, VADA works with former drug cheat himself, Victor Balco Conti. You know what I'm saying? Victor Conti, we all know Victor Conti, who is a major player in the PED circle, you know what I mean? He's worked with Major League Baseball players. He's caught football players dirty. He's been dirty. He was arrested back in 2005, so he knows the doping game, you know what I mean? And he has, over the years, of heavily went against Floyd Mayweather, and basically him saying that he carries the mantra of Olympic style drug testing. Victor Conti himself have came on many times and said that Floyd Mayweather does not, I repeat, does not do Olympic-style drug testing, which VADA does, you know what I mean, and USADA basically doesn't. And his main claim to fame to that is that, well, there's a ratio of testosterone that, this is just a quick synopsis without going too deep into it, but there's a ratio of testosterone that a fighter is allowed to have in his system, which is roughly about 4-to-1 under USADA. Now, the thing is that if you took a cream or a drink or whatever the case may be, and you wait while your levels are elevated, and you wait roughly 6 to 8 hours after you've ingested or did whatever you did, your levels can come back down to below that 4-to-1 ratio, in which further testing will not be needed. Now, if you are above that 4-to-1 ratio, of course, further testing is needed, what I believe is called a CIR screening, in which you can determine which type of drug that you use. You know, we know that VADA has caught fighters such as Lamar Peterson. Remember when Lamar Peterson popped up dirty for that synthetic testosterone that was in his system? But, you know, Lamar Peterson tested negative for the DC testing where the fight occurred at. He also he would have tested negative under USADA's regulations, but however, VADA is the ones that caught him, you know what I mean? So their testing is supposed to be more stringent and more modern than, say, USADA, and as well as WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency. So, you know, that's supposed to be the case. But however, the difference mainly, you know, VADA also, once you do business with them, you know, they test you 24/7, 365. It can happen at any time, and they don't have that window that, you know, when USADA shows up. Sure, they may stand around your camp, but they got to sit around for 6 to 8 hours, or after the fighter gets finished training, or whatever the case may be, until the fighter is ready to give that sample. Which usually, you know, like I said before, when his levels are gone below a certain level. So, you know, if you're not over that 4-to-1 ratio, then you don't have to go for that further testing, that CIR screening. But however, like I said before, under VADA, they do the CIR screening no matter what, and they do it 24/7, 365. And Floyd nor Manny wants any part of that. Now, take in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that, you know, the thing that makes this so prominent, I guess, in my eyes, and such as like Victor Conte was saying, and I don't know how much you want to believe with him, but Floyd Mayweather champions, you know, every fighter wants a legacy cause. You know, we all know Ali's was Vietnam and not going into the draft and things like that. You know, a lot of fighters want that big cause, and Floyd Mayweather, who considers himself TBE, who sits at the pinnacle of boxing, is definitely looking for such a cause. And his cause that he took up was supposed to be bringing, you know, clarity into drug testing in the sport of boxing. Now, he's supposed to be the champion of that. That is his thing. He says it in many interviews. I brought Olympic-style drug testing into boxing. That is something that I started, you know what I mean? He doesn't want anyone else to take the credit for that. He doesn't want MMA. I remember when Manny Pacquiao did a big deal about it, winning his fight with Rios. That's another one, you know what I mean? So, but, you know, Floyd Mayweather, he's been champion of this cause of Olympic-style drug testing. Now, if that is the case, Floyd Mayweather does not volunteers himself to VADA, who would test him whenever. We all know from the famous video when he was scheduled to 24/7 video when he was scheduled to fight Sugar Shane Mosley, in which USADA appeared at his house. The representative of USADA appeared at his house to test Floyd, and Floyd made them wait roughly about 6 hours before he gave them a sample that night, citing all kinds of concerns, you know what I mean? But whatever the case, man, but this is the champion of it. He just does so much suspicious shit when it comes down to drug testing, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, Floyd has lobbied charges at Manny about drug testing in the past, but when I look at the evidence of things, you know, a lot of suspicion lies with Floyd Mayweather as well, and he's the champion of this cause, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the suspicions that lay with Floyd Mayweather, if I have to run them down, let's go for the first. When Manny Pacquiao sued Floyd Mayweather when in court for defamation of character for saying that Manny Pacquiao was on PEDs back then, you know, and then the case did not get dropped until Manny Pacquiao requested to see Floyd Mayweather's medical records, in which Floyd said, no, settle $100,000 out of court settlement. What the fuck? If that ain't suspicious, you know what I mean? I understand privacy concerns. No one wants to have their business out there like that. But, I mean, if you got nothing to hide, right? You know? But another reason, you look at Floyd Mayweather's stable. A number of his fighters that fights for Mayweather Promotions have appeared dirty. We're talking Mickey Bay. We're talking We're talking Mickey Bay. Ishe Smith has appeared dirty in the past. What's my guy? The one who just lost his little homeboy. Him. You know what I mean? He's appeared dirty in the past. You guys know who I'm talking about. Got knocked out last fight. He appeared dirty in the past. Jalen Love. Another dirty fighter in his stable. So, you know, Mayweather has dirty fighters. He's evaded. He's done evasive tactics against, say, USADA. You know what I mean? Take in mind, Mayweather has only tested with USADA since 2010, ladies and gentlemen. Another point of suspicion. Mayweather is now working with strength and conditioning coach Alex Ariza. Alex Ariza has been the guy who many say have gotten Manny Pacquiao through a lot of those tough fights for the measures that he took. And according to Floyd Mayweather in the past, they wasn't quite legal measures, if you get where I'm going. Also, Floyd Mayweather brings on Angel Heredia. Now, Angel Heredia, we all know he's also a former Balco employee, in which he was banned out of track and field for having different track stars appear dirty, such as Marion Jones and people like Usain Bolt staying away from him. You know, we seen him make a splash in boxing, in which fighters like Brandon Rios and Juan Manuel Marquez with that phenomenal physique at 40 years old with that T1000 like strength that knocked Manny Pacquiao out. This was all under Angel Heredia, ladies and gentlemen. So now this guy, who's a very suspicious guy, who's banned from track and field, no Major League Baseball team will go near him, no NFL team will go near him, and guess whose camp he's now working in? Floyd Mayweather, ladies and gentlemen. So he has the two biggest, strength and conditioning coaches that has a lot of baggage, with past issues, and he has them in his camp. But this is the champion of Olympic-style drug testing. What the fuck? Now, my thing is, I am not, saying that, Floyd Mayweather is juicing or any of that nature. I'm not saying he's clean, but I'm just saying, if you have nothing to hide, you're supposed to be the champion of this cause. Be more transparent, man. Be more transparent. You take your head off to fighters like Nonito Donaire, ladies and gentlemen, who does adhere himself to VADA testing year-round. Year-round. Now, a lot of fighters have made allegations that VADA is way too more expensive than, say, USADA. VADA is given, I guess, the measures that they take, they do charge more money. So maybe that could be the case. I don't know. So, I mean, all I'm saying is that for Floyd Mayweather to be the champion of this cause, man, show some goddamn transparency, man. Show some goddamn transparency. Well, anyway, Leonard Ellaby, like I said before, and the whole Mayweather camp seems to be pissed about this $5 million penalty. They ain't going for it. It seems as if, like according to Leonard Ellaby, any failed drug test, fight will be called off. Stiff for penalty. Gives Floyd Mayweather out, ladies and gentlemen. So, what do you guys think about this? How do you guys feel about USADA doing this test? A lot of people out here in that they wish VADA would do it, but I mean, let's just face the facts, ladies and gentlemen. Boxers juice. They do. All your favorite boxers do. Most of them do. You probably can count on one hand how many of them out there are naturally doing this thing. But for the most part, most boxers are taking something, whether it's in camp or leading up to a fight or whatever the fuck. But with these rules and these new strength and conditioning coaches, hell, Manny Pacquiao has 4 of them on his side. He's working with 4 different strength and conditioning coaches for this Mayweather fight. So with all of these things that they're giving these fighters, come on, as long as they get them below these certain ratios and they know the time frames and that nature, they will, some of them do pop up dirty when they use tougher, stringent measures such as VADA, but when you go into USADA and the rules are more relaxed, it's not quite that hard to beat these tests. From what I understand, you can take something the day of, and still pass these tests. And Floyd Mayweather knows this. But to me, all the suspicious activity is definitely in Mayweather's camp right now. I'm not saying Manny Pacquiao's a fucking angel. I'm not saying he never even took anything. I'm just saying for the guy who championed this cause of Olympic-style drug testing, it seems to me there's more transparency needed. If you're going to champion it right. Because from what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing a fucking hoax. Anyway, to the next video, it's your main man, made man. Once again, sorry for the thumbnail, folks. We'll be back in front of the camera real soon. Sorry that I missed also that Andre Berto fight, and also I missed that Sean Porter fight. But I will talk about that fight in videos pertaining to these two fighters in the future. So sorry about that. As you can see, I'm having technical difficulty. So to the next video, it's your main man, made man. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget I'm at Twitter at mainman511, and I see y'all then. Peace out. Don't forget to subscribe.